Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. My name is Robert, and yours?
My name is Piyush Mittal. I'm from India.
Piyush. Is it Piyush Mittal? Is that the full first name, or is that first and last name?
Piyush is first name, Mittal last name.
Piyush. Nice to meet you, Piyush. Where do you live in India? What city?
I'm in north part in India.
Say again.
I'm in north part in India.
North part of India. Very nice. I'm actually right now. I'm speaking to you from Belgrade in Serbia, in Eastern Europe. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I'm from right now. So, tell me, Piyush, let me just check. This is not your first time on Cambly, I see. So tell me, what's the reason that you're using Cambly? Is it for work to improve your
I
English? For
I have visited around 8 to 10 countries. So I was thinking English is important for me.
you visited 8 to 10 countries
Yes.
already? Wow, crazy! Can you tell me which ones you visited? Have you been to
Sydney,
Canada?
Sydney
Okay.
and London,
Uh-huh.
Dubai, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong
Wow.
Kong, Macau,
Cool.
Thailand,
Those are a lot.
Thailand.
LA as well. Yeah, I'm from Canada. I've never been to America once, and I lived literally 3 hour drive from the border. I never once in my life decided to go down there. Cat, you need to go to Canada. It's not. I noticed you haven't mentioned it yet, so you should put it on your list. If you like nature and outdoors and things like that, it's gonna
Not
the
easy
weather.
not easy for visit Canada, but government not easily give visa for Indians.
Yeah, right now especially with this coronavirus, it can be difficult. But Canada is known for giving. It's like a land of immigrants. It really is. Like I immigrated to Canada when I was 2 years old, so I was born here in Belgrade, but I moved there when I was two. So and most of my friends that are growing up were from other
So
countries as well.
many Indians are there.
There is actually quite a bit of Indians there. In Calgary, where I lived, in Calgary, Alberta, there's I mean, parts of the downtown. So there's like Chinatown. There's like a part section where it's all Chinese. Then there's a part where it's Indian. There's a Spanish cuisine section. It's like different parts of downtown for different cultures. It's quite cool actually. And then of course they have the regular Canadian cuisine and things like that. But uh, that's cool. So these countries that you've been to, were you there on work or on travel, just like vacation and
My
visiting?
company sponsor my trip. I am doing job sales and marketing company.
Oh, okay. Very nice. And what's the product you guys are selling, if you don't mind me asking? Just out of curiosity.
Health insurance.
Health insurance. Uh-huh. Okay. Cool. Very nice. That's good. So, tell me, how often do you use Cambly? How often do you have time to be on Cambly?
15 days,
3 days a week?
7 days a week, around 15 days visit company.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good. So, what do you normally like to do on Cambly with your tutors? Do you have some tutors that you use all the time, or do you like switching them every time?
Switch every time.
Switch every
Different
time.
people, different country, different language, different accent.
Yeah, that's good. For myself, I have a really difficult time speaking with people from Australia. Something about their accent, I can't understand it if they talk really fast. And I'm a native speaker of English, and it's hard for me. So, how about you? Can have you spoken with any tutors from Australia yet?
I'm watching YouTube videos for many accents and many countries. All are
Oh,
different.
okay, that's very cool. I didn't know they had channels like that. And what do they do on those channels? Is it like you're learning
It's
the accent?
largest speakable language in India.
Uh-huh. Okay. Very cool. I'm actually thinking about starting a YouTube channel myself soon. So we'll see. But that's good. So tell me a little bit about the situation with this coronavirus in India. Is it
Everyone is locked. Everyone is locked down.
Lockdown, like how much? Here in Serbia, we
Around
were locked. Yeah, we were locked down
around
12 hours a day here.
around 1 lakh cases are there.
How much?
1 lakh.
One leg. I'm
Lakh
not
lakh
sure.
lakh.
Can you type it in the box here? I'm not sure what you're saying. Maybe I'll be able to see it better. Ah, 100K. Okay, I understand. Yeah, so 100,000 that's infected. Oh wow, that's a big number. I've seen some stuff on certain news channels and other places, other platforms where they're saying the numbers might be padded, which means they might not be as high as they're saying because some of those diagnoses are based off the doctor's discretion without any actual tests. If they have symptoms of it with like a fever, like you would have with the normal flu, they're actually getting paid incentive to write coronavirus on their certificate or as a cause. So they're getting paid. They're getting pushed to say it's coronavirus for whatever reason. I don't know, but yeah. So when they see those
Every,
numbers, I don't know.
everyone panic for a coronavirus.
Panics. Yeah, definitely. Most people definitely. But you'll be surprised how many people. I've even seen doctors in America, one doctor in Canada, and a couple of doctors in Europe all coming out saying that this coronavirus isn't as deadly as everyone's saying. They said you have a 0 point in America. I'm not speaking for India or Serbia where I live, but they're saying in America right now, the chances of you getting the coronavirus is 0.02%, and the chances of you dying from it is like 0.0003%. It's a very small number. The chances of you actually dying from it, if you're not like 65 years or older. So I don't know. I'm not in the panic mode like most people. So I don't know. How about you? What do you think about it?
I was thinking in accident more people die than coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
Accident and many diseases, cancer, heart attack, and kidney failure, lung disease.
Exactly. And there was no lockdown because of that, right? So why is there a lockdown because of this? Exactly. I like the way you think, Piyush. We think the same because it doesn't make sense, right? I'll give you some numbers. In 2018, in the US, 45 million people got the flu and 65,000 people died that year from the flu. And there was no crazy lockdown. That's more than coronavirus deaths right now, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's a little bit less than it is right now, but still. Yeah. And those numbers are real. Those aren't, no one's paying them to put flu on the to diagnose them as the flu, right? Right now it's a little bit shady, so I don't know. Whenever I talk to people on Cambly or on social media, I always want to ask, do they know anybody that has corona personally? Not like I heard on TV or I know on social media. Do you know anybody from your family or friends that have corona? And I can't find one person that's told me so far that they know anyone. So I don't know. Do you know anyone that has coronavirus in India? Maybe your family, friends, cousins. That's exactly my point. I still when the day that I find someone that tells me that, I'm gonna write it down. It'll be a special day. So that's cool. So do you know, or has the government told you when you guys are going to come off the lockdown?
Yes, in India, in around 60 days in lockdown.
60 more days?
No, 20 more days for lockdown.
20 more days. But how is your guys' lockdown? Is it 24-hour lockdown? Like you can't leave your house at all?
12-hour lockdown.
12 hours.
12
yeah.
to 15 hours.
That's the same as it was here. But on the weekends, we were locked down from Friday till Monday, 24 hours. So, but yeah, we're off right now in Serbia. So we got on the lockdown on the 15th of March. And by the 8th of May, it was completely lifted. Like everything's open now. The gyms are open. Everything's back to normal. People are still wearing masks, but it's back to normal for the better, I guess.
Everyone adjusts for coronavirus.
Exactly. Yeah.
Used to coronavirus.
What's that?
Everyone settled down in coronavirus.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy time to be alive. I mean, I don't think anything like this has happened in, let's say, the last 100 years, something like this, where the whole world gets locked down. So it's crazy time. But so let me ask you a question about the Cambly and whatnot. So, what do you think you should improve on the most with your English? What do you think for yourself that you should improve on the most, or that you need to improve on the most?
Uh, Practice make a perfect man.
Practice makes perfect. That's right. But with Cambly, when you call all these tutors, are you just having conversations like this, or are you doing
Conver-
all conversations?
conver-
That's good. That's
First part for English in listening.
exactly. Listening is one of the hardest parts too, especially if it goes quickly, like with a native speaker. Like myself, I tend to talk very fast. I try to slow it down, but it can be difficult to understand. When I came here to Belgrade 5 years ago now, even though I was born here, I never learned the language because I grew up in Canada. My parents never thought it was important to learn Serbian, so I never did. But when I came back 5 years ago, I didn't know the language, so I had to learn pretty much from scratch, and it's difficult, man. Very hard. It's not easy to learn the language, and you just got to persist through it. Like you said, practice, 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 right? And for myself, when I listen to whatever people talk, or especially on the news, I can understand in a normal conversation like this, and if I'm talking in Serbian. But if they start talking really fast, like on the news, my listening skills go out the window because it all starts to mumble together, and I don't know what they're saying. So, and that's after 5 years, so it's still taking me a while. But how long have you been using English?
Around 1 year.
Around 1 year. So before 1 year, you didn't know any English at all?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Most people don't know a little bit from movies and things like that, right? That's good. So for 1 year, I mean, you've come a long way. If you can understand everything I'm saying, I can understand everything you're saying. So, really good
But
job.
little, speak little.
It's okay. No worries. It's if you don't feel it, it's all about how comfortable you feel, right? So, especially here's the thing.
Nothing impossible. Nothing is impossible.
That's right. Nothing is impossible. But what I would recommend for you, Piyush, is try to find a tutor or two that you can call more often. And that way you're going to get more comfortable speaking with that one person. And then you'll be able to speak more freely instead of switching all the time, right?
Human brain made for learn different languages.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Some people, there's this one guy that knew, I seen it on, I can't remember where I seen it. He knew 50 languages, and he was at like the world council or something, and there was all the different country leaders of the country there, and he spoke to each of them in their own language. It was crazy. But yeah, and kids pick it up so quickly from 0 to 7 years old. They can learn 3 or 4 languages like that. But you know what it is because kids don't have the fear of making a mistake, so they don't have that fear of people are going to judge me. They don't care. They just say it and they take it all in without that fear in the background. So
That is true.
yeah. So the disadvantage is only if we knew as a kid what we know now, we would have tried to learn 100 languages or whatever else, right? But yeah, so tell me quickly, what time is it right now in India?
Around 9:30
9:30 p.m. Here in Serbia, it's 6:20 p.m. So close. But listen, Piyush, really nice meeting you, man. I wish you all the best.
Same here.
If you want to call me again, feel free. And we can talk again. All right?
Take care. Take care.
All right, man. Take care. Bye.